Howdy doody everybody, it's Mrs. MacPhail and
Mrs. Gonzalez.
objective for today. I can calculate the mean from a set of data. You can do it! So Mrs. Gonzalez is going to start us off here today with a survey that was done about how many dogs people own.
All right, let's get started with reviewing some vocabulary. Up at the top left corner of the screen, there's a little reminder box, and the reminder box has 3 words inside of it. The first word is mean. Mean is the average of a set of numbers. The second word is median. That is the middle of a list of numbers. And the third word is mode, which is the number that occurs most often. On this list, number of dogs people have, we are going to find the mean, the median, and the mode of the data. In order to find the mean, we'll just start there. There's a 3-step process we have to go through. The first thing we need to do is add the numbers together. So we are going to type all those numbers, 5 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2 together. And that gives us an answer of 21. The next step is we have to count the number of numbers. Count the number of numbers on our list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers on the list, which brings us now to step 3. And that is divide. We're going to take the number we added, which was 21, and we are going to divide it by the number of numbers on the list, which was 7. 21 divided by 7 is what we need to figure out. Mrs. MacPhail, are you working on that calculation?
Nope, just sleeping.
Sleeping?
Just kidding.
All right, we get an answer of 3. So the mean is 3 dogs. The average number of dogs people had was 3. This now gives you a new way to calculate the mean instead of putting a whole bunch of counters on a piece of paper and leveling them off. Sometimes you have really, really high numbers and there's no way to use all those counters. So this is a way to calculate it. Okay, next up is median. To find the median, we are still going to use the strategy we're familiar with. We're going to rearrange all the numbers in order from smallest to largest. So Mrs. MacPhail, you're going to need space to write.
I'm going to go down below if that's okay.
Okay, I'll read off the numbers for you in order if you like.
And I like to do the cross-off method too.
Okay, so we have a 1, and then a 2, and then another 2, and another 2.
That's a lot of 2s.
It is. I think I see what the mode is, but we better keep going. And 3, 5, and 6. Okay, we've rewritten all of those numbers in order. Now we're going to cross off 1 from the beginning and 1 from the end until we come to the number exactly in the middle of the list. Go ahead, Mrs. MacPhail. Show us how it's done.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ta-da!
ding, ding.
The number in the middle is 2. So our median is 2, and the unit is dogs. 2 dogs.
I'm practicing my cursive. I hope you don't mind.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay, now the last thing we need to find today is the mode. That is the number that shows up the most often on the list. When you look at that list of numbers, which number comes up over and over and over again, Mrs. MacPhail?
Well, I like that we put them in order, so it's really easy. But I see the number 2 appears 3 times, way more than any of the other numbers.
Yep, that means 2 is the mode. So 2 dogs. Should we look at another example?
Let's look at another example. This time we're going to be taking a look at temperature. So we have some real data for you here. Last week, or the week of April 19th, 2015, these were high temperatures for Bloomington. 59 degrees Fahrenheit, 45, 39, 46, 52 degrees Fahrenheit, 48 degrees, 61 degrees, 63, and 63.
So Mrs. MacPhail, this is another situation where definitely you could not use counters to figure this out.
Absolutely, it would be way too much work. So you just got to know in your noggin how to do this, and a calculator helps as well too. So our reminder in the upper left of how we're going to do this, the first thing we're going to do is find the mean. And so if we follow from writing down below, or from what we wrote down before, the first thing we're going to do to find the mean is we're going to add all of the numbers together. So here we go. We have 59 plus 45 plus 39, 46, 52, 48, 61, 63, and 63. You can see that after a while, when you have a lot of numbers, it helps to kind of with your other finger, and you can't see me doing this, but tracing with my other finger as I go along to keep track where I am in my list.
And it's also really important to punch the numbers in really carefully and slowly on that calculator.
Yeah.
I've seen kids in classes that I've had in previous years go a little bit too fast, and then they don't get to the correct answer.
Definitely not a race. Okay, so we added them all together. The second thing we have to do is count how many values we had, or how many numbers. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right? So 9 values. And the third thing we're going to do is divide. So we are going to take our add in here and divide it by our count, which we had 9. So it becomes a number sentence then. 476 divided by 9. And so I'm going to clear this off for a second so you can see. So 476 divided by 9 is going to give us, a big scary number.
That's a decimal number, Mrs. McPhail.
It is a decimal, and I'm not scared of decimals.
Me either. We've learned about those in class.
So I know that the average is going to be at least 52 degrees. The decimal means it's more than 52 degrees, but not quite the next whole number, which would be 53. So my mean is going to be somewhere between 52 and 53. If I look at my decimal, I see an 8/10, which goes on and on and on and on and on. So I'm going to round my number, Mrs. Gonzalez, if that's okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to say that my mean is about 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep, and I just want to remind them if they see that decimal in the tens place is 5 or higher, they're going to round up to the next number.
You got it. All right, so let's take a look at the median. So median, meaning the middle, we have to go ahead and line all of our numbers up in order from least to greatest. So Mrs. Gonzalez, do you want to read these off to me?
Sure, least to greatest. Let's see, there's a 39. And let's see, then we're in the 40s. There's a couple numbers. Let me just find it. 45. And then 46. And one more, 48. And then we're into the 50s. We have 52. 59, 61, and then 2 63s.
All right. So median means the middle. So here we go. We're going to slash them off, one from each side, until we come to the middle. Get dizzy watching it.
My head's actually turning back and forth as you do that.
Ding, 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 ding. It really was, kids. I was watching her.
Looks like the median is 52 degrees.
So 52 degrees is our median for high temperatures.
Oh, in Fahrenheit.
In Fahrenheit. And finally, our mode, meaning the most often that the numbers occur, the values occur. And looking down here in our numbers, I noticed that we had 63, that come up two times.
Yeah.
So 63 is going to be our mode. All right.
We're to the end of the lesson already?
We're to the end already.
Oh my gosh, that went fast.
Believe it or not. You guys did it. Way to go.
Way to go. High five.